Thanks for staying with us. So our hot topic today is provided by Julu, because it's one of those days where we just have those soft topics, the kind of topics we see on social media, and just paint the scenarios and see how we can learn a few things from people's experiences. Now, again, we can't confirm how true these instances are. We don't know if they are true stories. They're just people's tweets that we look at and just, try to see how we can have a conversation around the various scenarios and see how it affects us in different ways or what we can learn from them. So there was one that Chulu was really
vibrating to.
Interested in. Go ahead.
I was just reading it too. I didn't vibrate. Anyway, I saw this story online, and it says, how can you be in a serious talking stage with a lady for months, and you then travel all the way from Ondo to Lagos to see her for the first time, and you came empty-handed, not even bread of 500 naira. Then you proceeded to stay at hers for 2 nights, ate her food and all, you can fill in the gap there, and you left without dropping 1 kobo. So somebody went ahead to reply, when she told you that you are unthoughtful, because really this is the little things that count, you had the nerves to get offended. Nobody is saying bring the world, but haba, this is not a matter of entitlement, but courtesy.
All right, so I think the reason why this was interesting is because a lot of men today seem to be badly behaved. And it's because many of them don't even know, or nobody taught them how to treat a lady, how to treat a woman, or how to understand the role a man plays in a relationship. It's not always about having money or spending, or they just throw money at relationships. Sometimes there's so much more women need. So the conversation today is about maybe we can help some men out there on how to be gentlemen. We don't have a lot of gentlemen in Nigeria. And this morning, we'll discuss how to help you become a gentleman.
Is it really about?
I love the way you...
Okay, so you took it to a different angle. I feel that I've listened to people assume that it's about being women like to be taken care of. Our Nigerian women like to collect money from men. There's this narrative out there that Nigerian women like to collect money from men. Let me just put it that way. And that Nigerian women are expensive to maintain. That there's a lot of demands from women concerning how, buy me hair, buy me phone. Once you meet a girl, you are taking responsibility for herself and probably, by extension, her entire family. That narrative is out there. But there's also the narrative of, I want to test her. So I will not give her money. Let me see if she's a greedy babe before I'll now commit. This particular story is a story of someone being insensitive and showing traits that they won't be a kind partner to you long term.
At all.
I don't need, it's not about in a relationship. If I'm coming to your house and I'm going to spend a week in your house, I will not come empty-handed. And if I come empty-handed while I am there, I would buy something, just so that there is a sense of responsibility. It is not male or female. When you now include a love twist to the relationship, then the expectation goes higher. But normal courtesy of human being to human being, I travel. I spend 1 week in houses of people, less than 1 week safe. I will be going from Nigeria and buying dry fish. BC knows she does the same thing. We'll buy dry fish, buy crayfish, so that I'm not going empty-handed. And then if I get to your place and I don't have anything, if I go out, I'll buy something to give the children, because it is just the responsible thing to do. It is not entitlement to expect. It is courtesy to do. Let's now break down what...
So come to me.
Yeah, so I get it, and you're right. For every relationship, that's just part of, it's decent, it's courteous, that's the sort of thing we should do. But I think it's a bit different with relationships now in our present day, and I think that men are struggling a lot. Young boys growing up, entering the dating scene, too many information out there. This one is saying, oh, do you know that they call you Mugu if you give something? So a young man is coming up and saying, in this dating life, nobody is going to call me a Mugu. Do you understand? Oh, they're just chopping your money. You're a simp. Those are the sort of words I see every day on social media. So young boys are saying this thing, and then they are arranging themselves in such a way that they are not cheated or taken advantage of in the dating scene, and then they make mistakes like this. So it is important that gentlemen, more adult, more grown-up men need to speak up more and teach the younger ones the best way to do things. You know, on social media, it's really about a persona that you are invincible, you are tough, you are hard. In fact, when I read some of the things on social media, I'm wondering how these girls are dating these boys, because the boys are confused. They don't even know what they are meant to do. But it's not, I think we've put the story of people behaving badly so much, we've highlighted it so much that people don't realize that this is just a group or a few people behaving a certain way, bad way. But it's okay when you meet someone, go with an open mind. If you're having a conversation, it's okay to take gifts. And if the person takes advantage, it's not even taking advantage. If the person behaves badly and does not appreciate the good that you do, you can walk away. The only person that is cheated is the person who thinks that they are cheating you, because they're the ones that would lose on a good person. They are the ones that will lose on a decent, courteous person. So just maintain that gentlemanliness in everything you do. And if you meet someone that is not deserving of your quality, of your status, let the person go. Whatever the person enjoyed in that short time that you allowed them access to you, that's all they will ever get.
Let me come to you, Bisi.
Yeah, so for me, I saw the mistakes firsthand. I wouldn't advise that somebody who you haven't met before would just come straight to your house to come and stay nights. I understand, yes, now, and I understand that, it's a distance, Ondo to Lagos, you people, but your first meeting for a few times shouldn't be coming with bag already to come and spend the night. That's where the first mistake is, and I would not advise any lady to put herself in that position. You want to come and visit, find time, get a hotel, come, you visit, we hang out, you go back to your hotel, I go back to my home. You need that space to even understand who is this person? What's the kind of man that I want? Is it generous enough to my liking, or he's not generous at all? Maybe he comes, he pays his hotel bill, he stays in the hotel, and I come, he cannot even offer to buy me lunch while we are talking, or then we eat lunch and he's asking me to pay for myself and I pay. So you know some of these things before, because I will not guarantee that nothing happened in that room for 2 days. So he ate the food, he collected the other one, and he did not drop come, he left, and you are upset, you're complaining, because you will feel used and cheated. So women are not supposed to put themselves in that position, right? Then secondly, I like how Tope entered it. There are certain things that if you don't learn as young people, as children, when our parents are telling us some of these things, we act like it doesn't matter. You don't learn them, they will mess you up in future. Soft skills. They say little foxes spoil the vine. Those things that we don't really pay attention to, they are the things that hold us together as adults. So it's a no-brainer that you're coming to visit from another state. You did not buy bakery, you did not buy sweets, you did not buy chewing gum, nothing. So you just came to do what now? To be looking at my face and I'm looking at your face. And it's not like, so I know the narrative out there that Nigerian women are very expensive, they like to eat money. But I was watching a skit, a Chinese man and wife, just yesterday from my husband's phone. And I called him to come and see it. So see what happened. The lady came, and apparently she was upset about something. And so she came to lie down on the bed, shifted herself, they demarcated between her and her husband with a pillow, put her head down, covered her duvet. Like you would tell she's upset with the husband. And then when she raised her pillow up, she saw notes, words of cash. She smiled. She put the pillow down and went to hug the husband. So it's general. You know why? Because women are naturally wired to receive. Okay. They give in their own way, but they are more wired to receive.
Let's take this away from dating. Let's bring it to marriages. Because a lot of women out there also feel that their spouses are not gentlemen. They're not kind, their own is pay the bill, pay school fees, I've done my responsibility, that's it. We see these things in movies and we're like, oh, these are Igbo people with flowers and saying, what's on the flowers, they're not African. But a lot of women would like to be pampered, would like to be cared for, and they like to be treated special. Well, because you've been married 25 years, 30 years, just like, what's the big deal? You know, you've see finish in marriage. You don't care about what's heat. And same thing goes to women take advantage of their husbands, say, I beg, it's not Baba Sikira. He's fine, he doesn't need anything. But should we begin to see our relationships different such that we give more?
So I listened to you and I understand, I get the plain point. There are different men, you know, the average Nigerian man isn't necessarily brought up romantic. There are very few that got that lesson. Maybe they had a bit of international exposure, or by their personality, they are very warm and life did not take it out of them. Because for some men, they grew up, they have that warmth, that kindness, and some bad babes
Dealt with them
early enough in life that the person you are marrying is not the person who they are organically. This is the version they had become so that they can survive the kind of women they've dealt with. So if we put that aside, it is that culturally we're not really into that thing. A man's job is to provide for the house. I've put food at home, there's lights, children have school fees, you are not naked.
What are you looking for?
So what else do you want? They've compartmentalized it like, have I not been a responsible man? Are you hungry in this house? Are there any children that are abandoned? Is there school resuming and they cannot go to school? If I've done all of that for you, I love you. There's no way to say it. So they've communicated their love by being responsible in that space. While we, on the other hand, we have read plenty bills and bones. The next generation, they watched The Rich Also Cry, I watched telenovelas, and these ones are watching another set. And there's an expectation of how they want to be treated, which we are not grooming the men to meet those expectations. So people go into marriage expecting this, and the man is expecting that I will deliver that, and there's no bridging of that gap. So I was having a small marriage counseling with someone yesterday. They're about to get married, and he was just complaining about something that she feels like she shouldn't be working, that she's already telling me that she will need a maid. And I told him, I said, but she will need a maid. He said, I'm a man, I wash my clothes, I cook myself. I said, but she will need a maid. She's going to be working full-time as she gets married to you. She will need, understand it up front. I know for a fact that if she had a conversation with a guy or guys his age, the advice he'll be getting will be different.
Yes.
But because he has access to someone like me and we're having that talk, I'm able to change what he's expecting. I said, there are little things. Buy deep freezer. It might not be a big deal. Have the so that when she cooks on weekend, she can last you through the week. That is just a simple thing. That don't make it look like she should do. How can she say she cannot cook when she cannot come in the evening? I say, because she will be tired now. You need to think about it. He really did not think that she should be that tired. Because he says he comes back home in the evening and sometimes he boils rice and eats himself. So why would she say she's more tired than me when I'm also
boiling rice?
I realize that the gap is different. The difference between the way men think and women think is so far apart that nobody is bridging that.
A lot of men are not being talked to. Nobody's talking to them. Nobody's counseling them. They don't have, pastors are just preaching and that's it. Nobody's really having these engagements with our men to know them how to be able to teach them, give them the options. And, how to
the options will also vary according to the partner that they have. For some people, all those romantic things that you are looking for, the women don't mind. They are okay, just make sure you provide everything I need. I'm good. I mind my business, you mind your business. But for those women who want it, who crave it, who have, studied themselves, who are becoming self-aware and they are saying, this will make me feel good, you must communicate to the man. No matter how long it takes you, you just have to keep telling him. Because what I see, one of the reasons we have issues in marriages is the fact that there are unspoken expectations. You did not say it, but you expected it to be happening. You assumed he should know. And he doesn't know. And then because you have not communicated, you don't even know how to express it in words, you are upset in your heart because he's not doing what you assumed he should know. So don't assume anything. Just keep asking those questions, keep having those conversations, keep reviewing. Every few months, sit together when you have your dinners and ask, is there anything I'm doing you don't like? Is there anything you want me to do better? Is there anything you think I can improve on? Keep having that conversation. And the truth of the matter is they will hear. For those who are ready to work that marriage, they will hear. And they may begin to, change.
Let's wrap up on this. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you started off with saying, what if it's not like, for me, the way you introduced it looked like you were comparing a romantic person. You were saying that a romantic person is the gentleman, and the one who's unromantic is not the gentleman. some gentlemen are not romantic in the sense of it, like in the lovey-dovey way, but they are gentlemen because they are responsible, they have good manners, they are courteous, you know, and they understand their responsibilities and they carry it out. For that romantic, that extra romantic thing that you're looking for, and I feel that a man who's already a gentleman, who understands to be compassionate, will be willing to sit with a partner and say, in what other ways can I do this better for you? You know, because he's in a gentleman in a relationship with you also just wants to make you happy. He would also let you know what his limitations are. And as a lady yourself, you would appreciate what he brings to the table. If he is a gentleman and you can see in his own way what he's done. The conversation on how romantic a person should be, I think in a marriage is something that it goes on, for a while. That person would try in different ways to show you their romantic side. But if that person is not a romantic person and he has shown you in so many other ways how they are responsible and they provide for you, be the romantic person to that person. I just feel, be the one that does the romantic stuff. My husband has called me out one time when I was saying something about, oh, he's not romantic. And he said, no, madam, I'm the romantic one. You keep saying you're romantic. You like to receive it, but you don't necessarily give it, you know? And so maybe you should, the other person that needs romance should lead by example, and the person would learn to do.
So from the case study we took earlier, you know, when I was talking about gentlemen, I was referring more to the giving, the ability to give, because the issue was that he came all the way from Ondo empty-handed. So part of that responsibility also is the ability to give. And as you said, not all of them, not every gentleman needs to be romantic. And if he's romantic,
no, that one is not a gentleman.
Yes.
The one that showed up with
it's not about romance. That person is not about romance. It's about being gentle, being a gentleman, being responsible, and it goes across. But some people would be within your space. Like you would visit someone, you stay there for a week.
You eat
you
everything.
Eat everything, and you keep going out and coming in. It's not about. It's not about the.
He's not a gentleman. Not only for not bringing the gift, that he even felt comfortable to be in her house
and live off someone. And some will say, I'm testing her. Please don't test a woman.
Test yourself.
You are revealing who you are on the inside, and we will judge you based on it.
That's all we can take on this week. I think we've exhausted the conversation on this. When we come back, move on to other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.